like for me personally, I was always critical with grades. Like I always had to get that A. I don't know why, but I was just always like that. And if I didn't get that A, I would be like, okay, what can I do next time to make sure that I can get that A? And I think a lot of students have that ingrained in their brain. If that you don't get that A, then you didn't learn anything, if that makes any sense, because we've always been so like, transactional within like our educational system. And so like from my experience as a teacher, I always tell people like, here's the due dates for things. This is just for you guys to stay, have some sort of plan, but you guys can turn in your assignments whenever you want at the end of the semester. So I kind of give them that freedom to do what they need to, because at the end of the day, you'll see if everything that you were talking about and explaining to them, if they actually got that, if they turned in their assignments. And if
In the past, a lot of my like English teachers and things like that, they just give you back a grade on your assignment with like no feedback, which doesn't help anybody because then you don't know what you need to fix. And so Claire and I made sure on our midterm papers to add little feedback of like, oh, this is good, but maybe add a little bit here, or maybe look at these kinds of things and like actually help them to improve on their essay so that if they want to do the final paper, they know how to make sure to get a grade, which I think is very important because when you just get a grade back with no feedback, you don't know what you did wrong and you can't approve. So,
For me, when it comes to grading, I I was pretty strict with my mindset. I said, look, you earn what you work for and you're going to get that, which is still partly true. But given the conditions that we're under and given, everything, I think more than ever, it's important to listen and to really gauge, how people are doing, what the environment looks like, as in like how is just SF State doing in general, and working off of that. So developing a model of grading based on listening and evolving over, the course of events.
For grading for me, it was something like also where I thought like I knew what the expectations were for the most part, and like if I fell behind, that was like on me. But I feel like now I found that like it's really important to like communicate your issues with like your professors, because like I know a lot of professors are, very compassionate and understanding of what you're going through, but then there's also some that like aren't too. And I think that's just something that like it's worth a try to just communicate. And I figure that's what works best for me.